Today is a fun day. Every day should be a fun day. How are we going to have fun today? Because people usually think when you're living in alignment with the law that, oh my God, you're so serious all the time. No. If you know how much I laugh in a day, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Well, how are you going to have fun? What do you like to do for fun? If you want to have popcorn in the movie, hey, do it. If you want to sit around and laugh with good friends, do it. The whole point of living and being is supposed to be a pleasant experience. Life is meant to be pleasant in every way. So, this weekend, not just today, this weekend, as you go about your whatever it is you're going to be doing, what do you like to do for fun? Some people bake, some people cook. It doesn't matter. Your whole focus this weekend is to have fun. That's it. Just enjoy yourself. You'll find, right, that when you enjoy yourself, you begin to notice more and more things regarding the law everywhere. Everywhere. I got a DM this morning telling me, oh, I ate correspondences for the whole week. I'm seeing correspondences. And I'm like, hey, I'm ready to hear all about it. So that means there's a testimony in there somewhere. You know, people are saying to me, I didn't know I could have this much fun. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't know? This is what life is meant to be. A fun and pleasurable excitement. Think about what it is for a moment. When you have fun, when you are laughing, when you are carefree, what do you think the body feels like? Oh, that's exactly it. You could be floating. This is what it feels like. True pleasure, not just a dopamine hit. Dopamine hits are short lived. You all know exactly what they are. It's just when, boom, it happens and you're done. You're high, you're low. But true pleasure is sustained. It's sustained. Well, how so? Because you can always recall that memory as well. Always. I'm on the phone with my bestie yesterday, and we're just talking. She says it now. My earbuds are in my ears. She says something to me. My son looks up and he says the exact same thing, and I'm like, "What? Well, once is fine, but 3 times they do the same thing." And I'm like, "Okay, wait, what? What's going on here?" You two are somehow psychically linked. What is going on? Because it happened 3 times in a row. Nobody can hear the other person. Nobody can hear the other person. But their words exactly the same. And I'm like, have you two conspired? What is going on? So we laughed about it. And it felt really good. But you see, sometimes we get caught up in all the stuff that's going on in the world. And we think sometimes that if we laugh, we're somehow guilty of something. Because look at the state of the world. How can I possibly laugh? If you don't laugh, the state of the world remains the same. We are meant to have a good time. Don't make me sing it for you today. Celebrate good times. Come on, the celebration. We're supposed to. Because without it, well, I tell you, things can be quite ho-hum. When you begin to feel that laughter, you begin to recognize what your body feels like. And it feels light. It feels carefree. It feels at ease. When your body feels at ease and you have peace of mind, Well, you know what vibration you're on. Just a good vibration. That's where you're at. You feel these things. And when you feel them, what have you done? You've raised your vibration. And now, because you've raised your vibration, and we all know how fun laughter is and how it makes you feel, then a whole bunch of things start to roll towards you because you have your own gravitational pull. Oh, you most certainly do. For anything good, bad, or indifferent. Wherever you're focused and your body has corresponded that sensation for you, you know exactly what you'll bring. See how simple it is? It is very simple to have a good time. Without reservation. Don't be, is this a good time? Is that a good time? Should I laugh here? No. It comes naturally. It really, truly comes naturally. Now, my boy loves to tell jokes. All the time. I'm always laughing in this house. I'm looking at him and I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he just laughs. Because when he frowns, I'm just like, oh, you can feel that. Like if he's stuck on something and he frowns, oh, it's palpable. So that's why I tell you, make fun and pleasure part of your existence. If you love to make music, if you love to draw, if you whatever it is that brings your spirit joy, for the love of God and all things, do it. You must do it because it has a profound effect on you and every cell in your body. I just saw that comment, the better man. I understand because sometimes we want something, sometimes we need something, but that's the time when it is hardest to laugh. That is the time we need it the most. That's the time we need it the most. For real. Why? Because you literally lift your vibration. You get into a state of being carefree. And in that state of carefree, the vibration is elevated. When the vibration is elevated and you are polarized there, meaning you are leaning on that laughter, you are just, your only focus is a good time. That's it. Take the dog to the park and throw the frisbee. One of the greatest things, I know this woman probably thought I was insane. We had just left the dentist. I think I told you guys about it, but my son's mouth was a little frozen and he couldn't talk. He's pointing frantically and I'm like, what? So I look and there's this woman walking a dog. Not just any dog. A little Yorkshire Terrier with orange boots because it's snow outside. Little orange boots, okay? And a leopard print coverall. Now, I'm looking at this dog and I'm cracking up. So I'm just rolling. I'm not driving really. I'm just rolling because I'm watching her and the dog. And you know, I don't know if you've ever seen a dog with boots. Dear Jesus. Just to get the boots on the dog is its own challenge. But then they start walking and they're trying to shake them off because they feel kind of funny. But it was the leopard print because it looks like a baby leopard, a baby tiger. Not the stripes, but the spots. And of course, I had to roll my window down. And I'm rolling my window down and I'm laughing. And of course, she thinks I'm crazy. And I said, oh my God, your dog is wearing boots. That was one of the best mornings of my life to see that dog. And now, that's not the first time I've seen a dog in boots. Some are bigger dogs, but it's the little tiny ones. And I'm like, they make them that small? But they do, apparently. This is what I'm telling you. Look for the things in life that will bring laughter. Because I know some days we get a little heavy and thick with the law, but that's not all there is to the law. I want you to call up a sensation in your body right now of absolute pleasure. Something that made you laugh like a real good one. Tears are streaming down your cheeks. We've all experienced one of those. And if you have a bestie like mine, just her laughter will make you cry. Because it's hilarious. I've never heard anything like it. It's awesome. She doesn't like her own laugh, but I think it's awesome. Bring up that sensation in your body of a memory that made you laugh. It doesn't matter what it is. Bring it up. Take your time, but bring it up nonetheless. And once you have that sensation in your body, from that memory that made you just guffaw, laugh, just freak out, hold it there for a moment. Now let it go. And your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to go through the day and call up that memory or any other memory just like it. Whether it's the antics of your dog, the antics of your cat, your children say the darndest things, your coworker says the funniest things, or they said something so foolish you had to look at them and go, is this person for real? That's the assignment. See how many times you can pull up that sensation today and sustain it. And then see what happens as you go through the day. See how many times you can do it and what happens as a result of doing it. And do it all weekend long, and see what happens to you. Do it all weekend and see what happens. I dare you. Yes, that's all there is today. I'm just here to remind you to have a good time. Laugh more. But Angela, I can't laugh. You see my life right now? All the more reason to laugh right now. I tell you, because I understand. I get it. This is the whole point of our existence. Find something to laugh about. Find something to feel good about. If you can't think of something to make yourself feel good, then live vicariously through someone else. Meaning, is it a TV show that you saw where somebody felt good in it? I don't know, Golden Girls. Rocks. It just does. It just does. Sanford and Son. Doesn't matter what you look at. Live vicariously and bring up laughter from anywhere. Bring up joy from anywhere. That's what we do. And I promise you, something very intriguing will unfold in a most beautiful way because you give in, because you surrender to laughter. Why do you think we hear laughter is the best medicine? Do you think that's a coincidence? No. Now you know how it works. By way of law, you know exactly how laughter is the best medicine works. So that means we should be doing more of it. So I don't know what you're going to do today. I don't know. Let's take a moment, though, to welcome everybody to the space. Tiffany and Javion, hey. I see you, Lilith, Lou, and Ruru, and Love Troll. Here in the Twitter sphere, I see you, and Cuddles. I know Cuddles will be in here sometime today. She's part of the replay gang. And Shea Butter. I see them. I see you, Twitter. Who's in fan base? Yolanda, Miss McQueen, L, Matthias, Summer Rose, KZ, Bishop, Coco Love, Charlene, and Toyera. Oh, hello. Who's on YouTube? Oh, A-Not. I see you, David. Queen Marat, the better man. Pens, K-Frame. Let me scroll and see. Ah, yes, you're all there. Now, the better man says he was feeling down. He has to have a lot of work. He was feeling a little down. The law of polarity tells you, where are you now? And where do you want to be? I understand feeling a little down. I get it. But elevate the emotion. Elevate the vibration, the sensation in your body. Elevate that. That way, you are now above the situation that has you down. Why would you be above it? When you are above it, think about this here for a moment. If you've played chess, I have not. Mathematics has never really been my strong suit. But rumor has it chess is awesome. Checkers, I can play. But if you're looking down on the board, what happens? You can see what move to make. That's what it is. When they tell you, oh, detach yourself from the situation, that's exactly what they're telling you. Rise above the situation so when you look down upon it, you can see what to do. They tell you the same thing. Step back a little bit. Well, why? When you step back, you now expand your field of vision and you can see things a little more clearly. But because you are so close to the situation, you're blinded by any option that you can take. Because it's right in your face. You can't see it. That's why you gotta lean back a little bit, right? David, yes. Everywhere you go, you make people laugh. But that's the truth right there, David. I make myself laugh. Because sometimes I just sit there, or if I'm walking through the grocery store, if I'm by myself, because usually my boy will come with me, but if I go by myself and I buy something and it triggers a memory for me, I have to laugh. And of course, people walk by me like, oh, this is crazy. But I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because chances are, as they go through their day, they'll remember that crazy lady they saw in the grocery store laughing, and then what will they do? They'll laugh. Because laughter is contagious, the same way misery is. So why settle for misery when you can have laughter? Just curious. A-Not says, if only I had these laws as a child. See, what do children do? Especially if you leave them. Just let them do what they're going to do. They always find a way to laugh. Children always find a way to have fun. And what do we do? Stop giving all that noise. See? Always somebody coming along to stomp on your parade. Stop laughing. Thus, we've become so serious. Queen Marat. Yes. We must giggle lots. Think about it. Do your best. Now, here's the thing, because we have the ebb and the flow, right? For rhythm, we always have the ebb and the flow, which means, what does scripture tell you? Weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. It's telling you you're not going to have laughter every day, all day, but joy is different. Joy is different. Joy moves you from the inside out. That is a state of being. Laughter may come and go, sure, ebb and flow, but that joy is different. Joy is different. The more you laugh, the closer you get to joy. Yes, the more you laugh, the closer you get to joy. You color, you paint. Yes, Queen Moran. Sidewalk chalk for people who have kids. I can't get my boy to do sidewalk chalk. That's not going to happen. It won't happen. But he'll go play in the dirt, though. I'm like, oh, really? Yes, he will. Oh, look, Mom, earthworms. Keep them over there. You grow cabbage in the yard, and he's great because he'll find the little green worms that are on it. Why? Because he loves them. He's like, Mom, but don't kill them. I said, child, the minute you take them off and the bird sees that on the sidewalk, well, he goes, but at least it doesn't eat the cabbage anymore. And he's like, Mom, look at it. Look at it. Squiggles. I'm like, you know what? Don't talk to me about little squishy green worms. But he has such joy doing it. I just said, go. That's what I mean. Children, they are that little light. They're like little fireflies. If you think about it, they're like little fireflies. They just beam with happiness all the time, in spite of what's going on around them. They always seem to have that way. But over time, because we suppress it, this is why we end up the way we do. So the reminder today is to take time out of your day to laugh. Take time out of your day to feel good. Why? Take a break from feeling bad. Come on. Take a break. You hear me? I was never the same. No, I was never the one to stop kids from laughing. I used to torture my nephews with tickles. Yes, my boy is ticklish. That's some of the best times there is. You pin him down and it is nice. He gets it from me because I'm ticklish too. But that's it. Laughter. Yes, cyber, using past experiences to conjure the feeling you seek. But of course it is. It is a great way to manifest anything. Yes, because it is the sensation that is associated with the thing that you want. No, the image, you're not going for the image of the ex, you're going for the sensation of being part of a couple. So anytime you see anybody in a relationship walking, holding hands, laughing, frolicking together, and it makes you go, oh, that's so cute. They're so sweet together. That sensation, call it up. Because why? That sensation, you are telling your body, this is what I love. This is what I want to experience. So you now equate that laughter with whatever that thing is. Because laughter puts you at ease, you know. So if you want to move, your time shouldn't be, oh my God, I'm trying to get out. I hate where I'm at. No. That'll just bring more of what you're trying to escape. But when you put the key in the door and you come inside, is it not a relief? I met this man 3 days in a row. He's been homeless for 47 days. Right? And the first day I met him, he was so jovial. He was so, whatever he was, exuberant. And he just stopped me and he was talking to me. And we had a good laugh. The third day I met him, he said something to me. He said, what a coincidence. He said, today, I am feeling so low. But now I see you and I remember how much we laughed that time. He says, I'm going through it. I'm going through it. He goes, but you're such an angel. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, angel? And he's talking to me about these things. And of course, my bestie's in my ear, right? When is she ever not? But she's talking to me. And she's like, you've got to leave him with something to pull him up from the dredges, Angela. And I was like, well, yes, indeed. If I can get a word in edgewise, I'll say something. And he says, oh, I gotta go to church. I gotta go and get blessed or something. And I said to him, listen, Job went through the same thing. You have to meet people where they're at. Job went through the same thing. Why did I not tell him the law? But I sure did. In a way that he could understand. And then finally, when we parted ways, he said to me, you are such an angel. I'm going to remember this. And I was like, what now? And then he told me I was a very beautiful angel. And I thought to myself, come for your word, Jesus. But I digress. The point here is, he also drew upon that memory of being in the parking lot and laughing with me. I have no idea who this man is. I know his name because he told it to me. But here's the impact we can have on each other. Live your life from a place of joy. Laugh as much as you possibly can. If I knew jokes, I'd tell you. My father always did say to me, you want a good laugh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, look in the mirror. And I'm like, oh, really, Daddy? But it always seemed to work every time. It just did. That's what I'm telling you today. Today is supposed to be one of laughter. Tomorrow, same thing. Sunday, same thing. The same thing. And so, don't waste time fretting. If something in your life needs to change, find something to laugh about. Because you have to. It gives you a step back. You're not ignoring what you're going through. Let me clarify. You're not ignoring what you're going through. You're raising your vibration so you can see the way forward. That's the purpose of laughter. It lightens things. Literally speaking, it lightens you up. If we could see the way it actually happens in the body, if we could see the way our cells responded, I think we'd behave differently. But taking a moment to laugh really does elevate you so that you can look down upon the situation and see the way out. We have corn mazes here in the summer. You don't catch me in no corn maze, but I'll take the kids. I don't go in no corn maze. I don't like being lost or feeling enclosed. I don't like that sensation. But what you do is, if you can climb up on the steps and look down on it, what do you see? The way forward. You miss all the dead ends. That's what life is. Get above the situation using laughter. That's what it's for. They don't tell you it's a medicine. You only take medicine when what? You're trying to clear something up. What are you trying to clear up? Your vision. You're trying to clear up what you see. You're trying to clear up the path forward, is what you're doing. That's why we take medicine, which is our laughter. That's why we do it. Laugh often. Oh, you see, Anon, I tell you, kids bring a lot of joy. Now you're gonna go and hang out with your nephews. Of course. Walk in there with a pep in your step and look for the laughter. Because you do have a beautiful smile. I say that because I know. I know. Ties, tidbits, I see you. Cyber, I trust the explanation made sense before. But this is how we do it. Laughter is just one of those things. The dollar store has these little joke books. Let me tell you, some of these jokes are like, really? How is that funny? But then when you recall it, you're like, oh, God, it's so dumb, it's funny. This is what it is. Take a moment. Zenobia, take a moment to go through your day and find the laughter. How do you know you're going to find it? Because you're looking. You're looking for it. So if you're looking for it, you'll find it. Every time. Seek and you shall find. It's law, right? As within, so without. Sometimes we've got to laugh at ourselves. I think that's the message my father was trying to send me. You want a joke? Look in the mirror. You got to laugh at yourself. You just do. So today, wherever you may be going, whatever you might be doing, find the laughter wherever you go. Just find it. Kids have the cutest giggles. They do. They just do. So let's not use any more excuses to say, my life is not going the way I want it to go, so I don't have time for laughter. I can't bring up laughter, Angela. You don't know what I'm dealing with, so I can't. It's okay. You don't have to bring it up, but because it's been sprinkled all over you, you'll find it. It'll come to you. Oh, yes, it will. Laughter will come to you because that's the way it is. Tracy Dollar, Amanon, I see y'all. That's what I'm going to tell you today. Laugh a little, laugh a lot. Did you know laughter, you do it, it actually massages internal organs. Oh, it does. I remember one day that I was treating somebody at student clinic. There's a spot on the wrist. It's called opening the lower orifices. That's the point. It's great for constipation. So that's why they were coming in. Because they hadn't gone. And they're like, well, I heard about acupuncture. Let me go get some. And I started to massage that point. As soon as I put my finger on it, they were like, ow, that hurt. And I was like, it's supposed to. I didn't put the needle in yet. I just massaged the spot. And they're like, well, why does that hurt? I said, well, this point opens the lower orifices. And you did say you were constipated. They're like, no, that's not going to. I said, doesn't it? Let me tell you something. After the end of treatment, I thought they had gone. Because, you take the needles out and you say, schedule your next appointment. I'll see you next week. I'm at the front just waiting for my next person. And they come out and they looked at me and they go, oh, you're right. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, I hadn't gone, but I did now. And I was like, oh, dear God. Right? The relief. And so what did they do? They left and they were laughing about it because it was so absurd to them that this little point on their arm relieved their constipation. And every time they came in, they would laugh with me about it. Every time. You see, the laughter finds you. And constipation is no joke. It is no joke. But her relief was such that every time she came back for treatment, well, she would made a believer out of her. And so now, that is how they spread the word. Because it was so absurd to her. What? And she couldn't help but laugh about it. That's what I'm telling you guys today. It doesn't matter how absurd things may seem. Get the laughter in your life. Where is Mozinga? Get the laughter in your life. It'll free you up in ways you never thought possible. No pun intended. It'll free you up. That's the whole point. That is just your friendly reminder today to laugh wherever you go. And you know, they tell you, these scientists, they tell you even if you fake a smile, the minute the corners of your mouth go up, endorphins are released in your body. You're like, wait, what? And all I have to do is lift the corners of my mouth? Doesn't it take less muscles to smile? Allegedly. What did they say to you? 17? That's what they say. See, everything we have is already within us. And the smile proves it. All you have to do is lift the corners. I was going to say just lift the corners of your cheeks, but that might have a different connotation. I digress. Just lift the corners and smile. That smile doesn't have to be for anybody but you. And when you smile, a whole chemical reaction happens in your body. Why? As within, so without. You have to think of that smile before you do it. And then when you do it, right? You thought of the smile. As soon as you thought about doing it, a chemical reaction starts to happen in your body. Because as within, so without. You think of the smile within, you smile on the outside. But it actually has a physiological effect. Oh, sounds like causation to me. But we think, oh, that's not going to do any good in my life. And that's why I tell you, some days, if you could actually see your physiological response, if you could see it. Actually, there was something that they did show you. I've seen this video because my son was excited to show it to me. It would show you this infrared thingy of people when they farted in public. Of course, he was excited by that. He goes, Mom, come see this. This is what it looks like when you fart in public. And I was like, oh, God, here we go. It's boys and bathroom humor. But I say that to draw the correlation. If you could see what happened inside your body when you felt good versus what happens inside your body when you did not, perhaps we'd stay feeling good longer. I tell you, a beautiful chemical reaction happens in your body. You know it does. As within, so without. The thing happens physiologically within you, and you have the reaction on the outside, the corresponding experience on the outside. So if you could see it for yourself, do you think we would spend any more time being low? No, we wouldn't. We would do everything in our power to keep ourselves in that particular way of having our bodies respond. That's what I'm trying to tell you today. There's every cause has its effect. and every effect its cause. It doesn't matter where you draw the inspiration from to laugh. It doesn't matter. The very thought of it will bring it about on the outside. Catch me outside. Oh, I couldn't help myself. But that's what it is. This is why you should have fun. We don't need to see it on the outside. Yes, mixed genre. The body operates in truth. It must because it's governed by law. As within it, so on the outside of it. Think about that for a moment. You know what I'm talking about. Anytime you get worried, chest gets tight and your heart's starting to race. Why? Because you're thinking it on the inside. So the body must respond. You see, this is why I tell you it always does. It always does what you tell it to do. So if you take your time today, oh God, I just whistled. 5 millimeters of a gap will do that. Take the time to find the joy. Take the time. Take the time. I don't know if you've ever seen baby goats, but they are the cutest things ever. The way they come prancing towards you. Find one of those videos to watch. They are the cutest things. This is what it is. Sometimes we look for things because we're feeling a particular way. But the encouragement is this. Look for the laughter. Look for the joy. If you look for that, well, you'll find it. And when you find it and you revel in it, bask in it, Empressella, bask in it, and you will begin to feel the sensation in your body. I know we got serious, but we'll seriously have some fun today and for the whole weekend. Right? This is all I wanted to encourage you to do today, is to find the laughter. Find something to laugh about. You know, Bonnie Raitt says, give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Well, let's find something to laugh about. This is the whole reason for existence, is to have a good time. And if you doubt me, you ever seen animals frolic? Do they know any other things? No, just frolic. It's hummingbird season because it's spring. Have you ever seen them? This is why you plant the honeysuckle, so they'll come. And if you stand real still and just watch them, they are the most magnificent little teeny tiny things. Their very existence tells you that life is beautiful. And I'm convinced the reason that mosquitoes exist is so we can watch dragonflies in flight. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I have many a time. Dragonflies eat mosquitoes. But you think these fighter pilots, they got it from dragonflies. You ever seen them dive to get a mosquito and then the light hits their wings? Don't ask me why I know this. I'm always in the backyard, catching the sun all over my skin. And I don't like mosquitoes. But I watch them when the dragonflies hunt them. I feel no sympathy for mosquitoes. None whatsoever. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Find the beauty that there is because it's there. Find it and experience it. Because it is way too easy to get lost in the other stuff. That's why you have the power to choose. Because you know what the darkness feels like, but you also know what the light feels like. Seek the light, my friends. Well, there you have it, right, Cyber? Of course. Oh, Cyber. I don't think I am. Yeah. Oh, Queen Marat tells us that laughter burns calories too. Well, why? Heat. Thermodynamics. Clearly, Santa Claus isn't laughing enough, but I digress. So you see today, my beautiful friends, we have the ability to laugh. We have the ability to smile. Oh, we sure do. Well, then let's use it. See what happens to you this weekend. Go through the weekend with just the, oh, where am I going to find laughter today? This is why every court had a jester. You know, the guy with the hat with the little bells on it and the curled up shoes? A jester. Why? Because everybody was always looking to laugh. That's why we do it. Think about that for a minute. Kids get punished for being a class clown. But you know, if children laugh, they learn better. And perhaps if we laughed more in school, we wouldn't have so many fights. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. Laughter serves a purpose, but it feels so good when you do it. That's the whole point. Feels good. So just do it. Anyway, Miss Ravioli, I seen you. I won't keep you all. My countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. Twitter, darling. Twitter. I see y'all. Hey, Jeff. I see you, baby. I just picked up the phone. I just picked up the phone to see y'all on Twitter. I do love you all. And I'm looking forward to hearing your stories of what you experienced with laughter this weekend. This weekend. Not today. This weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Laughter that. Right? Because that's what we gonna do. You go, Riri, right? Anywho, I love you, Twitter. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Yes, Javion, darling. Enjoy the day today. You too, Miss Tiffany, and Lilith, and Ruru, and Love Troll, and Jeff. Much love. Twitter is closed. 2. Fanbase. Yolanda L. Matthias. Summer Rose. Casey. Miss McQueen. Coco Love. Charlene Toyera Coach. Burnt Skill. My Melanin and Sim. Thank you all for being here today. Remember, find the joy this weekend and know that every single time that you laugh, something beautiful happens within your body. A woman did it, you know. She's documented for having done it. You should be able to Google her. I don't remember her name, but she was diagnosed with something. And she said after she got in the news, she said, no, I'm not going out like that. She cured herself. Well, how, you say? She said she came home and she got every funny thing she could watch and laugh about and cured herself. But, you know, don't take my word for it. Search it for yourself and you'll find it. I tell you, They don't say laughter and medicine in the same sentence because they can. That's why they can tell you the same thing with sorrow. It rots the bones. Sorrow rots. So then clearly, by way of polarity, joy brings life. What's the gateway to joy? Laughter. See, we hear these things, but we don't implement these things. Find the pleasure in life. Laugh. Because too many times we look around and go, oh my God. Why do you think we scroll aimlessly through TikTok? Because we're looking for something to laugh at. But that's the difference between TikTok and true laughter. TikTok or any other platform where you can scroll for the funny things lasts for but, what do they tell you? 8 seconds. And then you need another hit, and another hit, and another hit. And all of a sudden, you've been there for 3 hours. However, if you go for a walk, if you go get a joke book, if you remember something funny that someone said, that lasts longer. Or if you say, oh my God, do you remember when I used to? Then you recall how you used to be. And you laugh about that. That's different. It's different. You're not getting a quick fix. You're stoking the embers of your inner joy. That's what you're doing. That is what you're doing on a daily basis. Now, I always say Golden Girls. Well, of course. Because you put your time and your effort there, right? You put your time and your effort there to find the laughter. So that means you have to know how to use something. It's not that it is bad to scroll. Why are you scrolling? If you are looking to say, I'm going to grab some joy today, and you grab it in tidbits, your intention was not to escape. Your intention was to change your physiology in your body with laughter. Because if you pay attention to people who scroll aimlessly sometimes, they are depressed, you know. Not all of them, but they're scrolling aimlessly. But if you have a particular reason why you are going there to pull something from it, you pull it, you take it, you leave. Because we know it is very easy to get sucked in. That's why you got to know why you're doing something. That's why we do it. And Priscilla, hey, I did call your name. Your ears must be burning. So, fan base, just wanted to leave y'all with that one. But you know where we end up, right? We end up on YouTube. So, I'ma see y'all's later. And remember, because Charlene, I'm looking at your picture here. Lovely smile, honey. Coach, you got a lovely smile too. You all do, Miss McQueen. All of you have these beautiful smiles. I'm looking at you. I know Matthias kind of mean mugging in his shot. But we love you too, Matthias. I know you got a great smile too. But you get what I'm saying. That's why when I look at your faces every day, I'm reminded you are beautiful people. You are. And the joy that I feel to come on here every day and share that joy with you, mutually beneficial. At least I'm thinking it is, because it's a benefit to have you here because I smile. I do. And I love you all. And that's why I want to remind you this weekend, y'all better, you better be in my DMs telling me what you discovered. Krista, I thought about you the other day, Krista, darling. I sure did. Anywho, I love you all, and I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace out, fan base. But you know where to find me, right? YouTube. Positively Angela. Fan base is closed. Hey, YouTube. I'm about to open up that. I have to post the link for Discord for you guys. I do. I'm just opening up YouTube here so I can get into the chat. Yay! So that's all there is. I know I might have missed some stuff in here. Let me scroll backwards now. Yes, David, laughter is contagious. Oh, yes, right? And babies. Babies are so cute when they smile. Oh, they are adorable. Because you see, my phone every now and then will remind me, right? Like I can forget. It gives you these photo memories. And usually it'll be like a little picture of Noah when he was a baby. And he just, oh, those eyes and that smile, still the same. That's my baby. Yeah, he's 13, but he's still my baby. And he always makes me laugh. You know, and it's just one of those things. He's like, Mom, can you tell me about when I was a baby? I'm like, what do you mean when? You're like, you're still a baby. Like, these are the things, right? Laughter is contagious. It truly, truly is. Because, well, they tell you misery loves company. So then laughter is contagious. Oh, Tracy, thank you. And you have a great weekend as well. Yeah. um, let me see. Hold on. I can let me find the link here on Discord. Look, I'm still learning Discord. Be patient with me. It says, let me see. Let me close that and see how I can invite people. Invite. Uh Copy link. Link copied. In the chat right now. Dun dun dun. There it is. Where's that from? Dun 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 dun. That's Dallas, right? Holy cow. Wait. Ab- Ana, no. But you see, now that you look at it, right? Right, Ana? Now that you look at it, you begin to recognize. You begin to recognize the power of what's happening. Yes, depression rots the bones. And now that you know that, you will prioritize joy and laughter in your life. You see, mixed genre. Now that you're here, I really need some help because I've been poking around in Discord trying to figure out how to make somebody a moderator. And and I'm just like, this is just blah. Like, so, I'm working it. I'm learning, okay? I'm learning. I feel like I'm everywhere now. Look, I always said I wasn't going to be on TikTok. But yet, there we are. Why? I got to get the law out. Yes, David, it is the theme song from Dallas. You know what triggered it? When I posted the link and I said, dun dun dun, right as soon as you hit that final note, it triggered it for me. That's what it is. Thank you for being a friend. Dun, 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 dun. Golden Girls. That was always one of my favorite things to do. Commercials, watch them. I memorize music really easy because that's how I was raised. And so that's what it does to me. And so this is a lot of the time, music is so good for that. Sometimes you hear lyrics and you're like, they did not just say that. What? Yeah, sometimes I hear these lyrics and I'm like, what am I listening to? That's what I mean. You know? We have to find the laughter wherever we are. And the funny thing is, remember, you don't have to find it, right? I know I told you to find it, but remember, as within, so without. Call those things that are not as though they were and they become. How do you call laughter to you? By having a reason on the inside. Correspondence. If the laughter is within you, well then, you'll experience it on the outside. You see, I wonder, because I remember I said something and then I said, Empress Ella. That's what I said. And then a couple minutes later, you showed up. I don't remember the timestamp as to when I called your name. And I'm trying to think now, well, maybe that's when your phone rang. Who knows? But here you are. Yes. Who knows? So this is, listen, when I tell you, right, that laughter will do you good. It will do you good. But I don't have a reason to laugh. I have heard them all. You see how we try and we make excuses to stay where we are? Oh, we're good at that. We make excuses. Yeah, but this isn't going good in my life, and that's not going good in my life. And we make excuses. But don't be hard on yourself. Know that the excuse exists because of the habit. Remember that part. The habit, the habitual way of doing something is what causes us to make the excuse. Yeah, but you don't know what kind of life I live. I don't need to know. I know the evidence of the law is what I know. And I know that the law governs all. So we can try and escape the law if we want to, but listen, you can't break the law, but the law will break you. Well, how? The more you go against it. You see, because everything is governed by law. So when you say things like, I have no reason to laugh, my life sucks, what happens? As within, so without. Now you get to experience more suck. You get to experience it. And then what do we say? Oh my God, the universe is punishing me. No, it's not punishing you. It is where you are vibrating at. You see, these things are self-inflicted. Self-inflicted? So that's why, if you notice that you're walking around and there's a cloud, turn yourself, use polarity. Where would you like to be? Just elevate yourself high enough. I told you the story about the homeless man. And it just so happens that he wasn't a vet, but the government is sending him his money that he is due. And every time he calls, they're like, yes, sir, we're sending it. And so that's all he's waiting on. But his previous landlord, you know how they are, wasn't willing to wait. Right? So sometimes when things, and he's like, oh, Angela, but you don't understand. And I just had to giggle within myself. And I thought to myself, if only you knew where I was 6 months ago. 8 months ago. If only you knew, you wouldn't tell me I don't understand. Oh, I'm intimately acquainted with it, and I never want to be acquainted with it again. But I had to keep myself above it so I could see the way forward. Yes, Anod. The amino acid. You see, this is what I mean. When you bring these things back to memory, the minute you remember them, you see, as within, so without. You brought up the memory, and once you laugh, bam, there's the sensation in your body. But that sensation exists because of a chemical reaction in your body. So that when you laugh, now you know what you're doing. And like I tell you, if people understood what they were doing, then they laughed. Also, if people understood what they were doing, then they were depressed. Physiologically, what was happening in their bodies. Let me tell you something. Depression brings a lot of pain, yeah? But pain also brings about depression. This is why when you're dealing with someone with chronic pain, you usually have to deal with the depression as well. Because cause and effect, yes? This is what happens. Anytime chronic pain exists, you'll encounter depression. And then you wonder, oh no, why can't I escape it? Because the pain, right? So we have to find a way to ease the pain. Laughter will do it. It really does. It really, really does. And so if we remember those things, like really and truly, you begin to see the law of correspondence at work, and it becomes more and more real to you. I told you the story of the synapses in the brain. Those synapses make a new pathway when you continuously do something. Your body is like, oh, so we're doing this now? And once that new synaptic pathway has been made, the new habit's been laid down. That's what's happening inside your brain when you continually do something. When you form a habit, you're creating a new neural pathway inside the brain. That's what you're doing. So think about what you're doing when you laugh. Endorphins are released. What are endorphins? We know that they're called the happy hormone. Makes you feel good. Empress Ella, I summoned you, did I? I don't know about that. I know I called your name. This is a case of Eli and Samuel and God. Samuel heard his name and he answered. But you know what I'm saying. So remember that, because some of us say, well, we want the science. I'm giving you the science. You see, science is the effect of the law. Cause and effect. Why? Because you have to be able to see what you're doing, as within, so without. You've got to be able to see what you're doing. And that's why we have eyes and these bodies, to experience the law. That's what it is. So anytime somebody says to you, oh, I don't believe in vibration. Oh, really? You in the club, and that bass is just bumping. What do you think that is? That's a vibration. You only hear words because you were taught words. But what you're actually doing is hearing a vibration. The sound wave is passing over your tympanic membrane, your eardrum, and it vibrates. It vibrates. And you see, something is either vibrating so slow that it looks like it's not moving, but it is. Or it's vibrating really, really fast and you can't see it. But everything moves, everything vibrates. It does. Light vibrates as well. It does. It does. And to pick up the vibration, you have cones and rods in your eyes. The same way your eardrum picks up the vibration. You see, we seem to think that these things are just, David, that is my interpretation of club music, okay? You know, you got the flashing lights party. That's my interpretation. But you'll always remember it now. So you see, these things, something happens in the body. That is something that happens in the body. It is an effect because you sustained a particular thought. And if that thought was one of happiness and joy, your cells respond. See, so now when people say, oh my God, I can see your aura. Now listen, I know where they're coming from because the aura does exist. Why? You have a particular vibrational signature, a way of moving through life. When we do Chinese medicine and we feel the pulse, depending on how it feels beneath my fingers, tells me how you live your life. If it feels tight, if it feels slippery, if it feels wiry, like a guitar string, that tells me I'm dealing with anxiety. Queen Marat. As soon as I read that word, I started to sing it. Right. But the aura exists because your cells in your body vibrate. Then you agitate the cells. You know, they get brighter because they're light, remember? Now, I don't know how scientists figured this one out. I don't know how they got the camera up in there, but I digress. They showed you what happens when sperm meets egg. There's this burst of light when sperm penetrates the egg. What does that sound like to you? Let there be light. And it was. So that means when life comes together, when the components that create life comes together, what is formed? Light. Like literally speaking, look it up. You can Google this. Sperm meeting egg and light. It happened. I saw it and I was like, what? So if that happens to create life, when the spark of life, what's a spark? Light. You see where the aura comes from? The cells in your body are responding to you and how you live your life habitually. Now, the aura is simply the rate at which the light is vibrating off of your body. That's what's happening to you. So I know that some things, you see auras, do you? It's okay. I'm just telling you how the aura is formed. This is why the Heart Math Institute can tell you that the heart emits an electromagnetic frequency that is pushed out from the body. You can see it, you can measure it. So as within, so without. Every organ in your body does it. Anywho, baby, don't hurt me. I couldn't help myself. Oh, Mick Joyner, you've used Discord for years. Really? Really? Yes, Cyber. But that's the thing with the sperm lecture. Did I narrate that one? I have to get back to narrating his lectures. I have so many of them narrated already. Hello, Dana. I see you, darling. Empress Ella, I agree. You had to teach me how to use. I have my Discord open. It's running in the background underneath my because I'm in the chat with you guys. Um, but this is what I mean. So if we think that these little things that are so insignificant, they have a profound effect. Like you get to actually see correspondence in action. You see causation in action. But yet, we doubt. How can you possibly doubt when you're seeing it right there happening in your life? Well, that person who had a good bowel movement will never doubt it again. That part on your arm, the forearm that you can push, triple energizer 6 is the name of the point, that acupressure point. Triple energizer 6 or triple burner 6. You push on that, you massage it, Lord have mercy. Oh yes, it does open the lower orifices. That's putting it politely. Mixture. Okay, good. You see? Excellent. I'm glad to know that you're a lady. Whoa, 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 you're a lady. I'm glad to know that. Yes, I sing all the time. Come on now. How can I not? I just love it. But it does something to you when you do it. So, really, Cyber? I'm your favorite narrator? Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, but you know, I have two more books to do. I finished one yesterday, and once you break the concentration, you know, because I can't just narrate all day. I do have to interact with my baby, my big baby. He's 13. I do have to interact with him. So when I was done, I said, "Hi, sweetie. What are you doing?" He had already made something for himself to eat, and I was like, "Oh, look at you. You didn't make nothing for your mother to eat, but you made something for you to eat." He's like, "Well, you were working." Oh, touche, right? And yeah, I got to do that one today. But I do love it. And that's what I'm saying. When you love to do something and you do it, there is a physiological response. Ms. M, hi. Oh, oh, wait. I sure hope none of you are epileptic. I'm about to play a tone. That tone represents anybody who either becomes a member, gives a sticker, super chat, anything. Isn't that exciting? Oh, yes, it is. So, thank you, Ms. M, for your generous contribution today. I got to ding my bowl. That's what me and my bestie say, because we have bowls, right? And I was like, "Did you hit your bowl today?" Because it sounds, you know what I'm saying? All that means is, did you expose yourself to a good vibration? Let's do it again. Thank you for the general and beautiful reminder. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. When I ding the bowl, okay, we have 30 seconds to call up a sensation in our bodies that we want to feel. Beginning now. There you go. That was awesome. Thank you for reminding me. This is why we have moderators to rein me in when I get carried away. Yes, Queen Marat. I know. Well, Cyber, the bold thing, exists because I know, right? Neville always says, let us go into the silence. Oh, ah, hold tight. Let's do it again. Simply allow your body to feel the sensation that you have called up. And let it go. Oh, that is beautiful. Whew. Oh, that is lovely. That is a lovely sensation, I tell you. Great idea. Ah, Miss Ruby. I see you. Welcome. Yes, Cyber. Going into the ding, that sensation is beautiful. Yes, Miss M, thank you. I love it too. Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. It adds so much. Somebody mentioned something. A child is born. I don't know that book. Oh, I was gonna respond to Cyber. The ding happens anytime someone either becomes a member or a super chat, and then we go into the sensation of what we want to feel in our bodies. That's why the ding is there. Because I wanted to find a way of showing gratitude, right? That's what I wanted to do. Go in to the ding. Yes. Yes. Allow it to just soothe you. It is rather soothing. It's lovely. Oh, you guys are amazing. And yes, I remember I saw your comment, Empress Ella. Oh, yes. Uh, Let me copy it again and drop it in the chat one more time. The link for the Discord so that you guys can you get in on the ground level, right? You do because I'm still working it out for Discord, learning it, you know. Are you into chakras and whatnot, Angela? I've been looking into it because of the parallels with Neville. Golden liquid light, blue flame on the yeah. Funny you should mention light. Funny you should mention light. Light, as I had mentioned to you earlier, you know, sperm meets egg. A spark happens. Light has a profound effect on the human body. Well, how, pray tell? I'll give you the one we all know. There's two of them. I'll let Cyber answer that one. Um, do you see it, Cyber? Miss M is asking you the golden liquid light. It's part of. If you can tell me what lecture it is for Neville Goddard where he speaks about it, I will either narrate it or find it if I've already narrated it, where he talks about the golden liquid light. Neville Goddard. But chakras, yes, because remember how the aura, like that outward expression, it shows up as a particular color? Well, they're just discovering now that the chakras, root, sacral, um, I know my name. So we have the root, we have the sacral, we have the solar plexus, we have the heart, we have the throat, we have the third eye, and we have the crown. Right? Those are the chakras. And they're now showing you that they do have, they're these little wheels of light and they move. You can measure the movement of them because they spin faster than other things. Science is now showing us this, right? Sorry, pardon me. Oh, hallelujah. Somebody just called my name. Zola, I see you. I missed you this morning on Fanbase. Ah, you've seen it a few times. God comes in the clouds, he says. I see it as God letting you know I am present. Mm. It does take more to interpret that. There was something I was going to tell you as far as chakras go. Light, yes. You know how plants. Oh, Zola, you snoozed your alarm, did you? You're so cute. Light is so beautiful. You see, sometimes we get color confused with light. Color is a result of bent light. Color is not light, it is what you see. Just like words are what we learn, the vibration that passes over the eardrum is what's actually happening. So, light now, two examples. If you have a plant in a space with green light, the plant responds. It reaches out to the light. That's an experiment you can do for yourself. Here's another one. When babies have jaundice, what do? We put them under what now? Blue light. Of course, I had to go look this up. Blue light, it changes the shape of bilirubin because it's yellow, right? The bilirubin is so big, that's why you can see it. It's covered the whole body. They're little tiny bodies, it makes it yellow. But blue light breaks it down into small pieces so that it can be absorbed by the body and excreted. You pull it down from the skin so it can be excreted. That's what light does. So if light does that, if blue light does that to bilirubin, what do other colors do for the body? So of course you go down the rabbit hole. And it's not just any kind of light. It's LED versus fluorescent. Fluorescent lights emit more heat than they do light. So they're not a good candidate because you damage yourself with that. But it is the LED. LED creates more light than it does heat. Exactly, Miss Ravioli. Because it is the light that does something to the plants. So if light does something to plants, what would light do to humans? It's okay. Well, we're doing a class on it. Don't worry. We're doing a class on it. There will be a workshop coming up for light therapy. Oh, a child is born? That's where the first image of sperm meeting egg was published? Wow. See, that's exciting. What I want to know is how'd they get the equipment? Or did they do this in the petri dish? I don't know, right? I don't know. But that light does something. So when somebody says get out in the sunlight, light is moving really fast, you understand. Think about this. UVA and UVB, as soon as they touch the skin, what happens? Cholecalciferol is made. That's what they call vitamin D. It's not a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. So if that happens in the presence of the sunlight, vitamin D, what else is happening? What else is happening? Oh, hang on. Remember, thank you, Queen Marat, for your generosity today. We will ding the bowl. We'll hit the bowl. And as we hit that bowl, conjure up that sensation in your body that you would like to feel. Let us begin. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ah, Miss Ravioli. I understand what you're saying there, but because it's a time-sensitive issue with bilirubin, if you don't deal with it right away, it can create damage for them. So blue light is the fastest way to get them to health, to get rid of the jaundice. Blue light is the fastest way because remember, it is time. And that much bilirubin in their tiny little bodies can create damage, yes? So the blue light fixes the problem right away so they don't suffer. And then sunlight. You know, Queen Marat says, when I meditate, I always see a lot of blues and purple. You see? Oh, it is lovely. It is lovely. Miss M, when I'm in the mountains, when I go to, Penticton, 10 days in the sun. 10 days in the sun, and she says she comes back as the happiest person. But then you have to ask yourself a question. Ask yourself this question. Why then the push on sunscreen to deflect UVA and UVB? I'm just curious. When you begin to understand a little bit more about light, yeah? Because what do you hear? Too much sun exposure causes cancer. That's what you hear. But that UVA and UVB is so critical. Cholecalciferol, vitamin D, vitamin A, E, D, and K are fat soluble. Fats are a very good thing. See, the brain requires fat, which is cholesterol. That's how it transmits messages. Fat is its conductor. All your nerves and such are wrapped in that myelin sheath. It's fat. So to get the vitamin D, you need the presence of fat. But the vitamin D happens with the exposure to UVA and UVB on the skin. Isn't that something? I think those blues and purples are one in the same with the golden liquid light. They move in the exact same way. I think the deeper you go into meditation, it grows more luminous. Blues and purples. Let me think about this. You have the red spectrum, RGB, red, green, and blue spectrum. In the blue spectrum, you will have things like purple. In the green spectrum, you will have things like cyan, that kind of a green. And in the red spectrum, you'll have the yellows and the oranges. The spectrum. Listen, light is fascinating, and there's so much we don't know about light. And as I was reading, they were saying we often confuse light with color. But color cannot exist without light, because light refracted and picked up by the cones and rods in the eyes creates the color. So if the light's not there, color can't be. Like it's, wow. Cyber, the fact that there's no hole or entrance point when the sperm enters the egg, right? It burrows itself in there. It burrows itself in there. Procreation. You have the conscious entering the subconscious. That's the law of gender. The projection of the sperm is masculine. Even listen, the sperm is masculine. It's the projector. It's the thing that penetrates into. The thing that is penetrated into is the subconscious. So if you think about how the law works, it's really big, but when you bring it down to a smaller level, you see the correspondence of sperm and egg for how creation, not procreation, procreation is sperm and egg, but creation is the big picture. Let there be light. It's the fractal. So if you can see sperm and egg, and you know that life comes from that, and you know that something has to penetrate something else for life to come about, or for an experience to happen. Now, when you expand from the sperm and an egg, you can see how the all creates. So you can use procreation by way of correspondence to comprehend creation. Now you understand why male and female exist, because it's the procreation. They use themselves, whereas creation, they use just it. It's just it. Procreation, you need the male and the female. But creation, you use yourself. This is why when Neville talks about the virgin birth, right? He's telling you, you have to self-impregnate, meaning you have to take your own thought and put it into your own subconscious mind. That's creation. Procreation, you take the sperm, you penetrate the egg. You see how those two things correspond. So there's never a time that we cannot know God. You understand? You know the all. Whenever procreation happens, you see how the all creates. You see the all every time. It is never hidden. Today is fire. Just to understand it, to grasp it. It is beautiful. Wow. Wow. You guys are just amazing. And you see, Miss Ravioli, more to your point, I'm just seeing your hashtag, my grandma's healing. Because back in the day, they didn't have blue. They didn't have blue lights. Well, my grandmother, all 8 of her children were born at home. The plantation doctor came over to deliver them. So if any of them were jaundiced, they didn't have a blue bulb, not to my knowledge. All they had was sunlight. So there's merit to that, right? There's merit to it. But today, now that we know a little bit more and we can do it faster with the blue light, that's why they do it. Wow. You see how amazing we are? And the more time you spend in meditation, in that quiet time, you begin to comprehend things when you use the law. Now you understand what happened when you read in the Bible, let there be light. A thought had to penetrate something. So if a thought penetrated, because there's no sperm and egg up in there, there isn't, but there's thought. Here, the all is mind. So the all had a thought and thrust its thought outward into what? The womb of creation. That's how come when the thought met with what we call the darkness, let there be light. It puts things into perspective when you contemplate. I think it is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. And when you start to grasp how fascinating it is, when you start to understand how fascinating it is, yeah? It just does something to you. It doesn't just make you feel good. Think about what else it's doing. Your cells are changing from the inside out. Boy, you turn me. Couldn't help myself. You understand? Wow, I don't even want to go. But we must part. Because that book ain't gonna narrate itself. Oh, wow. This is why I love you, man. This is another example of where two or more are gathered. There I am in the midst. Who's there? The all. Because you come to understand the all. You comprehend it. It is amazing. Wow. There's 21 people in this space right now. Ooh, hello to you all. I'm glad you're here. I don't know who all of you are. I just know who the ones are in the chat. Ah, cyber. Thank you. It is the all, you know. This is just what happens with the all. When we begin to comprehend what we're dealing with, it is amazing when you begin to put these things together. You know? It is. It's just. It is. Ah, thank you for the reminder, Anot. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. You know, mixed genre, I'm glad we created it too. And that came out of a session just like this one 2 days ago. That's where the idea presented itself. Because it's all a different way of getting the law out to people. For us to understand, shea butter, baby, I see you. It is beautiful to get the law out. So we begin to understand more and more what happens to us when we laugh. Because that was the whole point of today, was to have a good time. For the whole weekend. Because it actually does something to you physiologically. The vibration of laughter, you understand, has an effect on a cellular level. Well, how do I know that? I'm not a scientist. Because the law tells you everything vibrates. And literally, when you laugh or you giggle, your whole body vibrates. You feel it. So if your body is vibrating, well, then the things within you are also vibrating. And because laughter is such a high vibration, well, it stands to reason that this is why they can say laughter is medicine. This is why they can say that. Oh, oh, thank you, Anot, for your beautiful generosity today. Remember, as you hear the ding on the bowl, conjure up your sensation that you would like to feel and hold it there. Yes. Did you feel that sensation that you brought up? Lovely, isn't it? And that's how you go through the day. You bring up the sensation and you hold it for 30 seconds, as many times throughout the day as you can. Because when you hold on to a sensation that feels good, you're not just feeling good on the outside. The law of correspondence tells you, as within, so without. The sensation on the inside has a physiological response. This is why they tell you that laughter is a good medicine. That's what it is. You see, it is far-reaching. When you begin to comprehend the depths of the law and how it works in every facet of our lives, you won't take laughter for granted again, because you will know what it's doing, and never will you entertain the feelings and the lowness of depression longer than you need to, because you will understand what it is doing to you, and you will do what? You will always seek the light. It is only because we can't see what is happening. But now that you know what is happening, you'll begin to experience it more and more. Yes, that's exactly right, McGenre. Most people do not laugh because of a situation. And what did we learn yesterday? Situations may come and go, but what? We must remain consistent within the law. Remain consistent within the law. And the things that you know will become the things that you know. It is absolutely fascinating what we've been given. Yes, Anot, how great thou art. You are. Yes, smiling opens up your heart, so you can tap into your heart chakra. Look at that. All I know about the science of the smile is endorphins are released. That's all I know so far. But now that you have expanded on it, it makes more sense. You see, I love you all. I truly do. You keep me in such a way where I'm always seeking to understand more. And it is appreciated. It truly is. Wow. What an amazing start to the weekend. It is. I love you all. And parting truly is indeed such sweet sorrow. Ah. Okay. Mixed genre. Thank you for that. Head and heart. Now, remember this, because we'll put it in terms of law, yeah? It's correspondence. It's the law of gender. The head is where the brain is. The brain is thinking thoughts and projecting them outward. That's why it is masculine. The heart, on the other hand, as we learn in traditional Chinese medicine, the heart houses the mind, the subconscious. The heart houses the mind. That's the first thing we learn. And if there's not enough blood in the body to anchor the heart, then the mind tends to float about. Heart houses mind. The mind, the subconscious. That's why head. You're in your head all the time. You're constantly thinking. That is masculine because you're thinking and projecting. But then those things that you are projecting enter the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is in the heart. Oh, wow, is right. Mixed genre. Thank you for that, because as soon as you said it, the understanding was triggered. And so I had to tell you what I understood. You guys are awesome. You're awesome indeed. Let me see if I can do it. Let me see. Because it will slide, and I don't want it to slide, but and that, my friends, go forth into the weekend and know that joy strengthens the body. I love you all.